Tuesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another segment of Mixing It Up. And I thank you profusely for allowing me to come into your homes. It's an honor, it's a privilege, and I'm humbled that people tell me that they watch this show. And last week I was at a luncheon for Wayne County Community College, and a lady gave me the greatest compliment I swear I've ever had in my life. She said to me, "Mr. Ross, you keep being authentic on that show." And I swear to you, that's the greatest compliment anyone could ever say, because how often do we see the truth, integrity, honesty in our community? And I try to be that, and I want to continue. This show is broadcast to you live on TV 33 in most areas of Detroit. If you got the digital box, if you convert it, it's on Comcast 20. In most areas of Detroit, if you have it, there's a cable company in Highland Park. It's on here. And this show is 24/7. After the show, I get the copy and I load it into my Facebook, Mixing It Up with Barry Ross on demand. You go in there, you join, and then you hit videos. The show's always there. BarryRoss.org, 24/7. On YouTube, RossBD51. We have call-in lines. Please call me, because tonight I got a show that is just the greatest. I'm very proud of this show tonight, and I can't wait to tell you some of my guests. 313-868-0351, 0342-4336. My first guest, in a few minutes, I present Mr. Ted Cash. It's safe to say that Ted Cash is a Tai Chi master, expert. He might correct me on my verbiage, but for right now, we're going to say Ted Cash. Now, he has classes all over town in different venues. You're going to find out about it. And you know they've cut all these programs in schools and sports and what have you. And young men and young ladies need to know that Tai Chi can be everything to you. It can give you focus in the mind. It can teach you that you don't have to attack because someone attacks you. I'm going to let Ted run down the principles, just some of the things my common sense tells me. And I also have Pastor Banks. He is a radio celebrity. He's on 1440 AM, 630 Saturdays. And he's an activist, has a church in town, and I can't wait to have him on. And we also have with us tonight, you know, we got Detroit. We got problems internally in the government, and we got our hands full on the streets. And in Warrendale, which really is a part of the city of Detroit, there's a park, and they're experiencing major drug trafficking, violence, and there's a hotel around this park where they're dumping mattresses. You know, if somebody sees garbage, the people that drive by see this as an opportunity to dump more there. So the slightest bit of garbage that you feel means nothing, some people driving by your street see it, and they're going to start dumping, and it's a contagion. So we want to help this couple. David Brierly just mowed down 5 acres of grass in this park so the kids could play, and they tell me it's a very dangerous area, and they need some help, and nobody in the community is stepping up. They've knocked on doors. We want to go out. We want to help them. And then lastly, my God, I'll tell you, you'd be surprised at the things that I'm honored by. And tonight we have Minister Victor Muhammad. Now, this is a dynamic, powerful minister that is a little different. And I am going to let him tell you about the programs he has, and his level of devotion and passion to help the youth goes beyond reproach. And he's going to have a segment here for hopefully 30 days. I'll give him 2 months if he wants it. And I feel very close to Minister. We talk quite a lot, and he is a brilliant man, a very learned man, and he advises me, he counsels me, and we talk a lot about culture. And I can't wait to have him on. So Minister Victor Muhammad, he's going to be taking over this show about 5 minutes after 10, and I want you to call him, and I want you to stay tuned. I ran down the numbers. I'm going to run them down again. So you're going to want to listen to this man. He is going to wake you up. And when he walked in tonight, that's what woke up. I'm saying it right here. That's what woke up Minister Shabazz. He saw this brother here, and he says, oh, my God, wait till you hear what I got. Now I'm going to talk about the, what was it, the Anglo 3? What was the name of it? Angola 3 in Africa, which I didn't even know about, and I'm going to have to find out after the show who they were, who they are. Okay, Stevie can hold on a minute. Listen, yesterday, Minister Shabazz and myself and Charlie LaDuff, we're really disappointed in the lack of support the city of Detroit has given us. And, you know, we boarded up these houses. We cleaned up houses last month, and they're not picking up our trash. And I'm embarrassed for the city. And I was very proud. Minister Shabazz was on top. I was just window dressing. We tried to confront Brad Dick, DPW director, about what's going on with the garbage. They wouldn't even let us into the offices. My God, I just don't believe what's going on in our city. It's really a shame. It's really the blind leading the blind. And tomorrow morning, we're asking you to show up, men, able-bodied, all able-bodied persons, on the corner of Hannah, which is about 5 blocks east of 75, between 7 Mile and State Fair. We're asking you to show up. We need some strong men for a couple hours, and we're going to make a difference here. I'm asking you, I'm encouraging you. I'm going to be there, and just for your edification, just to hip you out of this, tomorrow's the holiest holiday year for the Jews. I'm Jewish. I'm not going to the synagogue tomorrow. That's where I belong, but this is more important to me. I'm going to be out there showing everybody what we should be doing in our city, and that's cleaning up after ourselves. When you go to the bathroom, do you wipe? I just want to ask you, do you wipe yourself? Okay? It's a habit, isn't it? We like to do that. We should be wiping up our streets. There's no difference. It's trash. Sad to me. Listen, Judge Deborah Thomas, I'm encouraging you. The absentee ballots are out now. We're encouraging you to vote for this woman. Check it out. And she's a great woman. She's running for court. Vote for Judge Deborah Thomas. She cares about children. She cares about righteousness. And she is a great, great, great woman. And I wholly endorse her. I want to see her back in office. We need this judge back. Judge Deborah Thomas, Wayne County Circuit Court. Vote nonpartisan ballot for her. Okay? Now, the Greater Detroit Restoration Project, we have just completed our 67th home that we boarded up. We need your support. We need financial support. We are now on track. We're set up on PayPal. Online, you can donate with your charge card. All you got to do is go to the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. You're good to go. It takes every conceivable charge card. You can donate whatever you want. There's no shame in the game. We got $9 left in our account. We want to do more homes, and we also are going to incorporate patrols and other things to restore the city in our mission in this organization. So there's a lot of other things we can do outside of boarding up. Halloween's coming up. We want to do a patrol. We're going to do it anyway. And again, this Friday night at 6 o'clock on Grand River, on Greenfield and, what is it, Gabe? Greenfield and Finkel at 6 o'clock. A family has lost their child. The Detroit Police Department has not been accommodating this family in the way of this investigation. We're going to be handing out flyers to every car that goes by. Crime Stoppers is on board. We're going to be there, 6 o'clock this Friday. All right? Finkel and Greenfield at 6 p.m. Minister Shabazz and I and several others, we're going to be out there. We're encouraging you to get involved. I think that's about it with announcements right now, I believe. And we have our friend Stevie, our #1 most loyal fan. Stevie? Stevie?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Fine.
You sound good today. You up as can be, huh?
Yeah.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. How you feeling?
Fine.
Uh-oh. Okay, that's good. Stevie,
What?
I want you to give my friend Gabe here your phone number so we can call you and set up this breakfast already.
Okay.
I don't want to wait another 3 months and we haven't had breakfast because I'm hungry now.
Okay.
Minister Shabazz and I and Akila, we're taking you out to breakfast. You like pancakes, French toast?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, that's what I'm talking. You got anything you want to say real quick? And I want to get...
Andrew night is coming up too.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
And
put the porch lights on.
that's what I'm talking about. Say that one more time.
Put the porch lights on. Andrew night.
And you know what? It doesn't have to be Angels Night to have your porch light on. Everybody's porch light on should be on every night. You know how much it costs to burn your light 12 hours?
What?
About 39 cents. Okay, so you go turn your light on now.
Okay.
All right? And Gabe, can you get her number? Sure. Give Gabe your phone number.
All right.
All right, he's going to take this. We're going to take you off the air. Thank you. All right. Right now, I want to introduce to you Mr. Ted Cash.
How you doing,
Thank you
sir?
very much.
Thank you, Mr. Ross.
And thank you. And I
Pleasure.
have, if I can toot your horn, so to speak, I just found out that you used to be an active. You're always an activist. You're a different kind of activist. But you were out with the minister years ago
Yes,
on
sir.
these streets.
Yes,
I
sir.
didn't know that. Of course, we wouldn't know we had him in common as a
Right,
friend.
right,
So
right.
I'm more than proud now to have you. And you look sharp as can be.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Tell us about yourself and what's going on and what you got to offer.
I'm offering Tai Chi. Tai Chi is a 5,000-year-old organized movement that is very beneficial to the body
And the mind.
and the mind. The body and the mind. Lowers blood pressure, helps with diabetes, helps with arthritis. If you have stress problems, it can distress you. If you want to lose weight, it can speed up your metabolism to lose weight.
How does it do that?
With the slow meditative movement that you do, the organized movement that you do, the breathing techniques, the diaphragmatic breathing, and the meditation.
Now, tell everybody really what Tai Chi. It's not just like a conventional martial art. It's a little different. It's a series of movements.
Series of
And
movements.
Not to interrupt you, but would you say it's more defensive? What is it? More defensive, offensive, or neither? What-
It's peace. Now, if you trap a rat in the corner, it's going to attack you.
Go ahead.
You trap a dog in the corner, it's going to attack you.
All right, but it is a defense martial art too, right?
It can be used as a defense.
Okay.
martial
All right.
art.
So tell everybody exactly what it's all about. And
Well, from a health perspective, I approach it from a health perspective. First, I want to say that I'm a student teacher. I'm not a master.
okay.
I'm a student
Are
teacher.
there belts like there are in?
It's belts. It's belts.
And you are a.
Student teacher.
Uh-oh. Okay. All
I'm a
right.
student teacher. So the ages that I have taught was from the age of 3 to 95.
Wow. Okay.
The oldest student is 95. She's partially blind, and it has helped her with her health, improved her sight, her balance. So Tai Chi is very beneficial. People in my classes some people lost weight. They was on high doses of high blood pressure medication.
Got him off.
Got them off. Diabetic medication, got them off, or lowered the diabetes.
Now these are people that are on a continuum.
Yes,
You don't just
continuous.
take this once and all of
No,
a
no,
sudden
no, no,
you're
no, no,
you're
you
all
don't.
set.
You don't go to the gym and lift for 1 week and say,
Right.
"Oh, I got a muscle."
Okay.
You have to continuously do Tai Chi at least 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay. And you teach this where?
I teach at the Bowl YMCA downtown.
On Randolph?
Randolph, yes, sir.
Okay.
I teach
Broadway, that's Broadway.
at
there.
Broadway,
Yeah.
Broadway, and East Grand,
Right.
Grand River.
Right.
Teach at
When do you teach? When are your classes?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 9 o'clock
And at 9 o'clock at night,
a.m.
not a.m. And
AM.
and is there a cost? What if you don't belong to the YMCA?
It's a fee. It's a fee of $12.
You don't have to. Excuse me. You don't have to belong to take the class.
No, the
Okay.
first class is free. It's on me.
Okay.
I teach also at Fitness Works on West Grand Boulevard and 2nd
When?
every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Okay. And what time is that?
The classes Monday and Wednesday is 11:30 to 12:15. Tuesday and Thursday from 12:30 to 1:30.
There's no way everyone's going to remember this. We got to figure out a way how to
Well,
for them to contact you.
They can go to my website,
Go ahead.
which is www.tedcash, Tai Chi with Ted Cash.
Spell Tai Chi.
Tai Chi, TAICHI, Tai Chi. www.taichiwithtedcash.com.
Now, why would somebody considering that's sort of not had any encounter with any martial arts want to take maybe Tai Chi as opposed to karate or any of the Taekwondo or any of the other arts? Or is it different, or might they want to take this with those, or what might someone be thinking to want to take this other than a workout or whatever?
Well, they can take it. It's a foundation.
Go ahead.
You can find Tai Chi in Judo, Kempo, Karate. It's all the same. Each style complements each other.
Okay, now I have a very bad, very, very, very bad back and a sciatic problem in my leg. No matter what kind of, I'm assuming, no matter what kind of condition we're in, you can take people and work with them.
Yes.
And these classes, are they always beginners classes, or
Beginner
you have
class.
different rates at every class?
We'll start you from the bottom, work your way up. If you want to take a chair, sit in a chair and do Tai Chi, we have chair Tai Chi.
Wow, okay,
So we don't discriminate.
okay.
We also worked with the deaf last summer, children that was deaf. We worked with a few people that was blind. So we don't discriminate. People who was on crutches, walk with a cane, a walker, no discrimination.
Tell everybody what the benefits are, like, of meditation, because I think that a major component of this is it's somewhat meditative, right? You can
Yes.
focus, you get to your inner self, you get quiet. What's an advantage to this? If you got a very overactive mind, my mind never shuts off. I lay in bed at night, my thoughts just keep ruminating around. But I believe Tai Chi could help me.
Yes.
Shut me up, shut this off. Quiet it.
Yes. First, we start off with breathing techniques to get you into that peaceful state. Diaphragmatic breathing. Inhaling real slow, exhaling through the mouth or with your mouth closed. And then we get into the meditative state where we close our eyes. Or you can meditate with your eyes open and focus on something that's positive. One
Now-
thing.
Now, we know that a lot of the young adolescents today are full of rage on the streets
Yes.
for a million reasons, and we don't need to get into them. Anger and rage, more than anger, rage. Impulsive, overactive rage. In other words, something happens, a second later you just react. Can this help them with
Oh, most definitely.
okay, what can it do?
Tai Chi will fizzle that out. Just 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks.
The angriest person.
It can chill them out.
Okay. Well, if anybody watching has a son, a daughter out here, or somebody in a family with arthritis, or can't sleep maybe,
Can't sleep. Help you
Can't
with your sleeping.
sleeping, poor nutrition, I would assume that if you get into this after long enough, you're going to start to want to watch what you put in your body,
Right.
because you realize your body's a temple.
That's a big deal.
Right.
Yes, sir.
And you have a video.
Yes.
Can we do a close-up on this video, or hold the video down here, and tell them about this. This is for sale, Ted?
Yes. This DVD is for sale. $20, $19.99. You can go online, TaiChiWithTed.com. That's the website.
Now, is this an instructional video?
Instructional video. It goes into we meditate, breathing techniques. Also gets into warm-ups, and then we go into the Tai Chi movements.
Okay.
Very
and this
beneficial.
is available where?
Online.
And your website again.
My website.
Give it to them twice and your phone number, and just tell them again where they can. The classes, they can just go to your website.
Go to my website.
If they have a computer.
Yes, www.taichiwithTedCash.com. Tai Chi, TAICHI. Phone number is 313-452-4674. My phone number, personal phone number, 313-452-4674. Get with the movement, the Tai Chi movement.
Now, if I'm depressed, if I have, a lot of people don't know, they just think if you're depressed, you can just pick yourself up by your bootstraps and, and get on to the next page. But if you have a major clinical depression from a situation in your life that something just, the bottom fell out somewhere, whatever the reason is, somebody died real close to you, a divorce, you lost your job, whatever. Can this help with this?
Oh, yes. With myself, I lost my mom 2 years ago. Tai Chi helped me with the losing passing of my mom, who was 58. She died of diabetes and high
I'm
blood
sorry to
pressure.
hear that.
So Tai Chi has really helped me to cope and deal with that passing of my mother.
And self, like, I don't like myself. My self-worth is down real low. Can I start to believe in myself? Can I get some kind of confidence maybe?
Oh, yes.
Working, because
Peace of mind.
peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
I have fought my whole life for peace. In here, I tried everything to put in here. Drugs, money, sex, nothing works, but I do believe if you replace all that with God, and now a peaceful form would be Tai Chi, and I'm very interested in having it. And
Yes.
Anything else you want to say? We have another minute. Are we good? Okay. Just give them your info again.
Tai Chi, www.taichiwithtedcash. Phone number is 313-452-4674. If you're on Facebook, Facebook page is Tai Chi with
Not
Ted.
WW.
I mean,
Tai Chi with Ted.
Tai
Cash?
Chi with Ted Cash. I'm sorry. Tai Chi with Ted Cash on Facebook. Look up Facebook. Tai Chi with Ted Cash. It has the schedule, the time of classes that I teach around the city.
Tai Chi with Ted Cash, and the first classes are free.
First
So
class
you're
is
under
free.
no obligation,
Come
and a
check it
lot
out.
of times it's just like I always tell my friends: if you think you go on a date, don't judge her the first time. Okay? We can't judge things by our first perception of what we think is going on. So give it a shot. You go and you think you like it a little bit, sign up for a class.
Yes, sir.
All right? This is, and it's an alternative for the programs that aren't available for our children and the adults. All right? Men, you got to stop beating women. Young men, young ladies, you got to stop beating everybody on the streets and take this man's class. All right, we're going to be back in a minute, it looks like, with Dave and Jill Brierly from Warrendale. So we'll be right back after this special word from our sponsors. Wednesdays, 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33.
Hi, Mom.
Where'd you get all this Narcotics Anonymous stuff from?
Mrs. Owens had Narcotics Anonymous come and talk to our class about meetings that can help people stop using drugs.
Narcotics Anonymous.
Yes, please. Can you help me?
Call Narcotics Anonymous. We can help you.
We are the faces of Detroit. We are the faces
The Delray.
We are the faces of Delray.
Governor Snyder wants to put us out of our homes by building a bridge in our front yard.
Homes where we raised our families.
A community where we buried our loved one.
Delray is struggling, but it's not lifeless. It's a community of hopes and dreams.
Governor Snyder.
Invest.
Not destroy.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin.
Did you know that there are over 100,000 abandoned homes within the city of Detroit? If you are tired of abandoned dangerous houses in your neighborhood, please support the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. Please make all checks and money orders payable to the Greater Detroit Restoration Project. The mailing address, 17301 Livernois, Suite 405, Detroit, Michigan 48221. All donations will help fund the expense of boarding up abandoned homes within the city of Detroit and Highland Park. For more information, contact Barry Ross at 248-417-9696 or Minister Malik Shabazz at 313-646-3375.
Welcome back to Mixing It Up. We broadcast you live on TV 33, Comcast 20. We ain't playing on this show because we staying. I have no plans on leaving. This is our show in Detroit, and I'm encouraging you to get involved on the show. And I'm also asking you to stay tuned because about 3 to 5 minutes after 10, my good friend, Minister Victor Muhammad, is taking over the show. And y'all better get ready because you ain't seen nothing yet. And he is a great, dynamic, powerful man, and that's got a lot to say and a lot to offer. And there he is. So right now, I'm introducing to you David and Jill Brierly. They're from the Warrendale community. Hello.
Hello.
How you two?
Good.
Hi. We could tickle ourselves. We want to make sure we want everyone to hear us. Tell everybody where Warrendale really is, first of all. Jill.
Warrendale is a small community in the inside of Detroit, Michigan. It's Warrendale. We're primarily at Ford Road and Southfield, a little portion of Detroit that people seem to forget about. And what we're trying to do is make our community safer for the people that live in the city of Detroit, especially the children, the elderly, our neighbors. We started a neighborhood watch program, and we're just, everybody in our community is fed up. Enough is enough.
Can I just ask you, we're talking, tell everybody there's where you live and the park so that they understand this. We're talking about you're having problems at the park, right?
There's,
David,
yes.
Okay.
There is a local park that is about a street over from where we live at the corner of Greenview and Kirkwood.
The name of the park is?
The name of the park is Lloyd Ryan Park.
Okay.
And within the last year, I understand that there's no funding for maintain the parks anymore as far as cutting the grass. So the grass hasn't been cut once this season.
Except for David
Except
Brierly.
for within the
cut it
last-
last night. 5 acres of grass. This gentleman, took the time to cut the grass in the park 3-4 feet high, David?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. And no one's touched it before.
And no one has touched
Okay,
it.
but before the grass, you're
Well-
having problems.
Well, the grass grew 3-4 feet tall, and the adults that do illegal activities decided to take part in using the park for their illegal activities. Well, enough is enough. That park is not for adults to use it for their activities. It's for children to play.
Okay,
and
but what
and
kind?
kids be kids.
The activities that some of these young people are doing in the park
It's
are
it's drug dealing.
Drug dealing.
The drug dealers have moved in, and the drug users have moved in.
So there's no guarantee what kind of element is coming in to buy these drugs. They could be from everywhere, disturbing the community.
Yes.
Most of them come from the suburbs.
Most
to
of them.
Detroit.
Well, that's generally the case.
Yes.
Oh, of course.
Okay. The people in the suburbs come to Detroit and buy the drugs. You don't see crack houses in Southfield and Oak Park. They're the suppliers. But go on. You have, all right, so they're dealing drugs. And the level of violence, are they attacking anybody? Is there?
It hasn't gotten to that point in that park yet. But the thing is that
We have a lot of home invasions.
With the high grass and the low lighting, it's a perfect element for criminals and
Okay,
criminal
but
activity.
Not to interrupt you, but Jill just said it. Are they breaking into homes in the area?
Oh yeah.
In that area.
Oh, for sure.
And when you call the police,
They don't come.
and how many times would you say the police have been called over the last? I mean, just 20, 30, 40, 50?
Well, just 3 weeks ago, it was televised on Fox, was it Fox 2 News and Channel 7 News? The next block over from us, the corner of Kirkwood and Stahallen, a lady was shot and her dog was shot by somebody trying to force themselves into her home.
And as a
to do a
result of
home
somebody-
invasion.
And we're assuming this is a result of somebody that bought drugs in the park?
Well,
that was high and just
Well,
trying to...
that we don't know. But
Okay.
because within the last 6, 7, 8 months, the crime rate has gone up drastically.
Okay.
It's not the same area that we moved into 4 years ago. And we
Okay.
want to stand up and get everybody involved. Enough is enough. We want to take a stand and get the community involved and take our community back.
Now, you have been trying to do this.
Yes.
Correct.
You have gone to the residents,
Yes.
Correct.
and you started a block club.
We started a block club.
And you're not, and the results you're getting from this are minimal?
Is very minimal. People, I think, just they're fed up. They're tired.
They're fed up and tired, but they're not doing
tired.
anything.
Right.
Well, and that's the thing. That's why we said everybody in our community comes to us. And I said to my husband, I've been with my husband for 20 years. I said we have to do something.
Okay, so what would you like to ask the viewership out here? If you had your druthers, you can't get support over there. So do you want to make a plea to the people that watch on getting involved, or what would you like, or to the police department? You're here, it's your show right
Yes.
now.
I understand that the police are underfunded and they do not have enough cops on the streets nowadays. So the citizens have to stand up. And that's what I want to see is more citizens stand up and rid the violence. It's senseless. Enough is enough. We have to take our streets back. We cannot blame anybody but ourselves if we sit back and just complain and not be
Proactive.
Yes, proactive and being what am I trying to say? A part of the solution. And that's what my husband and I stand for.
We are, most of us in Detroit that are involved in some kind of organization that works towards making peace and curbing violence realizes that the level of apathy, the level of people that complain and don't do anything about it. And you were telling me a story of once you cut the grass,
Oh,
they
yeah.
start coming to you. And then when you start promoting for people to get involved, they don't.
Oh.
But when then they see that you're making a difference, now they want to be on your side. I mean, this is just about the level of it. We cleaned up an alley last Saturday, Ronnie Smith and I, here at the studio. And the alley had been, it was unsafe. They were breaking into this barber shop. After we cleaned up the alley, which we cut down, Ronnie, with 50, 60 trees, small, narrow trees, and carried them out. Two of the neighbors came out and complained that we were putting the debris in the wrong area in the alley.
Are you kidding me?
Nobody was doing a thing in this alley for months, maybe years. But we go out and we put it over here instead of over here. And you're going to get ticketed. We're going to call the police on. This is just how, I didn't even get mad. This is just how it goes.
It's the mentality.
This is just the mentality we're dealing with.
Right, and I mean, if with that type of mentality, how can you sit back and just let it all just pass you by and go by?
No.
Well, hopefully, listen, I just want to say that we're not encouraging people to get involved in a violent manner.
No.
We want people, there's strength in numbers, right?
Yes.
Exactly.
The more bodies they see that are involved, the less they think they can intimidate an area.
Yes,
Okay?
you are
Do you have a
correct.
website or an email or a phone number?
I have my email. If anybody wants to help in efforts, they can actually go. It's just my name, Joan Brierley,
Spell it.
JILLBRIERLEY @yahoo.com. And shoot me an email. If you support us and trying to bring back peace and harmony within the community, that's all I want to do. And not only that, it's about the children. It begins with the children. And
These people
I'm
care.
trying to start a foundation, Fields of Dreams, for the kids, for the children.
It's all about the
Kids
kids.
should be kids. Kids should be able to have parks to where they can act like children.
Thank you. Yes.
not for grown adults to use
And
it.
a mother shouldn't feel that she can't go out at night and walk the baby down the street
Yes.
without getting hurt, violated, abused, or shot, or what have you.
Oh, exactly.
And this is, these people care. We're encouraging you to get involved.
Yes.
Listen, you can call my hotline for Detroit Coalition Against Violence. I will refer you to Jill and her husband David, 313-355-2807. It's a 24/7 hotline, 313-355-2807. If you have new Marcus Garvey business, you can call my hotline. I'll get your information back to Minister Shabazz, 313-355-2807. We must work together in Detroit. There's no way other than us uniting. It's the only way out of this. I mean, you must be at the point where you cannot believe the level of violence. You know, I heard this morning that right now there are 22 serial rapists out in Detroit. Right now, operating 22 serial rapists. Right now. We have to be vigilant, unacceptable. We have to be vigilant where we're going. Women, you need to not go out at night and get gas. I don't care where you are, get it in the morning. Watch what you're doing. Don't pull your wallet out until you get inside of a business. Watch who's watching you. Matter of fact, get your money out in your car on the way to where you're going so you have it in your hand. We need to be smarter. Just real quick, tell them again your email, Jill Brierley.
Yes, it's Jill Brierley, JILLBRIERLEY at yahoo.com.
Do you have something to say, David?
Yes, and also she has a Facebook.
Oh.
Yes, I do have a Facebook.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
It is Jill Ross, my maiden name, Brierley.
You know, you might want to consider starting an organizational Facebook. I have several. And that way people can go directly,
Well, that makes
support.
sense.
What's the name of your community?
It's
Warrendale.
the Warrendale community in the city of Detroit.
Okay.
Warrendale.
You could start a Jill Brierley Warrendale Stand Up and Save the Block Club Association Facebook, whatever. You know how to do that, right?
Yeah, of course
Yeah.
I do.
Start a new Facebook.
Okay.
And yes.
But one thing I was going to say is, with all of our neighbors, the inspiration is there, and we do watch each other. But you can't see in the dark in the elements. You know what I mean?
Well, where is it not lit?
On the other side of Lloyd Ryan Park, where they park and they do their
There's
business.
no lighting up over
Oh
there?
no! And I mean, I went down there one night and there's 4 lights out all in a row, and you know, by complaining about it, that's not going to happen.
Listen, you have one other problem: dumping.
Oh yeah, dumping.
Tell
is
everybody about the dumping near the hotel, which is near the
Illegal
park.
dumping.
Yeah,
No, but it's
illegal
in a hotel?
dumping. I spent probably 2.5 to 3 hours yesterday just pulling garbage from the park because we had today's special pickup.
Would you put it in a truck?
No, I actually put it off on the road because today's special pickup, the city of Detroit is doing what
In
they
our
do
area.
in our area. They're bulk pickup.
You are in the landscaping business.
Yes.
Do you have sit-down tractors and stuff like
Yes.
that?
The commercial ones, yes.
Hello?
Commercial.
You
yes.
guys,
You're
you
gonna
guys.
you're going to give Gabe your information.
That's
if you
fine.
don't mind.
I will
And
help
he'll
you
get
guys
it.
out if need be.
Well, yes.
You know, and
Not
the thing
just
is
necessarily in general.
Exactly.
We need landscapers.
Well, yeah, and I mean we've been in business 16 years now.
That's
Yes.
great. Okay. We got another couple minutes. I just have to tell everybody, elections are coming up, and the cutoff point for registering is, I think, about 18 days away. I just want to tell you, we put this governor in office by not voting. 10% of the city of Detroit voted. We must register to vote. Don't you think for 1 minute that your vote doesn't count. Your vote is everything. We have a call. Hello, you're on the air.
Yes, Barry.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Yes, I'm calling to say that
Is your television on? Sir, is your television on?
Their predicament is no different from anyone else in Detroit.
No question. No question. Can you turn your TV down?
Yeah, I just did.
Thank you.
their predicament is the same as everyone else's in Detroit. And we use, in my area, we use hand mowers to cut the tall grass. So we call the police, they don't come. Same as them, we have lights out. But I don't understand why they're being showcased and the entire city is like that.
I don't know how many times you've seen my show.
I watch it every week.
Okay, have you seen, or are you familiar with the body of work that I do on the streets in Detroit?
Yes.
I work with. I don't want you to. All right, first of all, I appreciate your comment, and you're 100% right. And I told them that as I was talking to them earlier. I want everyone to know that this goes on in every single street in the city of Detroit, practically, and every park and everywhere. They called my hotline. I met them at a meeting last year, and I just wanted to do what I could to help them. She called me yesterday.
I asked for your help.
Yes,
I
she asked for
called
my
you.
help, so I wanted to put her on the
asked
show.
for
Yes.
his help.
Yeah, you asked for my help.
Yes, I did.
Yes, but I don't take.
pleaded for his help.
Okay, but sir, I appreciate your comment. You're 100% right. Their business is no different than anybody that's African American that lives in any part of the city of Detroit. And I'm very.
I didn't specify. Right?
No, I know you didn't, but I hear you, and I appreciate the call.
But my point is that everyone has the same problems. What we need to do is get together and fight it together.
Yes. Thank you very much for your call.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. We gotta. Yeah, I'll take it real quick. Whose phone is that?
Hello?
Good evening. Hello. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Okay. How can we help you?
I just, my sister and my grandparents are from here. My grandfather just passed away, and I'm looking to buy a house out here, and I wanted to actually ask you a couple of questions to see how is everything out here. Who can I talk to see how?
Are you trying to acquire a property?
Yes, and
I don't have any properties for sale, but if you take my phone number down and you could call me tomorrow afternoon, I'll do what I can to help you. Can you write this down real quick?
Yes, sir.
248-417-9696.
9696.
248-417-9696. Do you know my name?
No, go ahead and say it. I'm sorry.
Do you know my name?
No, go ahead and say it. I'm sorry.
Barry Ross. Have you seen the show before?
No, my sister just gave me this phone number. I thought it was
okay. All right.
Well, line or something like that.
Call me tomorrow. I'll do what I can for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
In the afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
All right. We're going to say goodbye to our guests, and we want to do what we can to try to encourage people to get involved. You're going to start that Facebook page. You're going to stay in touch.
Yes. How
do you feel you did it? You guys can smile. You did a good job. All right.
Yes.
You came up. It takes courage to come up here. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much for your time.
Yes.
Thank you,
Sit here
Barry.
for a minute, and we're going to take a break, and we're going to be back with Pastor Banks. So stay tuned.
Hey, come on. Man, what is taking so long? Let's play.
Just getting a number.
Whose number?
Narcotics Anonymous.
Hey, if you need to talk.
No way, it's not for me, it's for my brother. He's constantly wasted. Come on, hoop time. Can you tell me about NA?
Call Narcotics. We can help you.
You are going to want to check me out. First Wednesday of every month. Join me, Barry Ross, remixing it up. It's webtv.com. I'm going to be reporting to you the facts and the truth, the way our society is run in Metro Detroit. 8 p.m., bringing you featured guests in relation to community, education, violence, what's happening on the streets in our town. It's Web TV, Barry Ross, remixing it up. Wednesdays at 8 p.m., the first Wednesday of every month. Remember, remixing it up with Barry Ross on itswebtv.com.
There are all kinds of people. Their variety is almost endless, and that's a good thing. Diversity is our strength, and so are our similarities. But there's one thing that far too many people share: addiction. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, call Narcotics Anonymous. Addiction doesn't discriminate. We can help you.
You're watching Power Talk on your community TV station, UHF TV 33, Detroit, Highland Park.
Take the call, right? Good evening. We're back on Mixing It Up. My name is Barry Ross. I'm humbled to be in your homes, and it's a privilege to be able to share with the Detroit community and those beyond into your homes. We have a call. Can we take this call right now, Gabe? We have a call, and we're going to take it, and I'm going to get into my next guest. Good evening. You're on the air.
How you doing?
Hi. Could you speak up, please?
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine, sir. Doing fine. Just sitting here watching your show.
Okay. I'm happy to have you watch the show. Do you have a question or a comment?
I have a couple questions. I just wanted to know, how can I be assistance to the cleaning up in the city of Detroit?
What do you have an automobile?
No, sir, I do not. But
Can you get a ride tomorrow morning to a cleanup that we're doing? We would love to have you for a couple
Yeah,
hours.
but you said it's on the east side. I don't even know how to get to the east side.
It's
but
not.
I heard about,
It's not. Hold on. It's not on the deep east side. It's near 7 and 75. That's not real
I
deep.
don't even know what 75 is. I want to meet you.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
I'm going to be there at Greenfield and Finkel tomorrow, though.
No, that's Friday night at 6 p.m.
Friday night.
Yeah.
Oh, well, actually, sir, I bought some houses, but I'm kind of homeless because I'm going through some legal situations, so that's why I was going to call you.
All right. Do me a favor. Take my number down real quick.
I got it already. 1248. I just heard you talking to
All right.
my
You
man.
call me tomorrow after 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Listen, Mr. Ross.
Yeah, Barry. Between 1 and 5 o'clock, call me.
Mr. Barry, we're going to do some business.
What's your first name?
Jock Terrell Chisholm Jr. is my whole name.
What's your first name again?
Jock.
Can you spell your first name?
Jacquues.
All right, Jock. Call me tomorrow. Look forward to your call.
All right.
All right, thank you.
2:45.
Fine, thank you. Okay. We have now with us a very prominent pastor in the city of Detroit, and he's a radio personality, and he's had many TV shows, and they're on YouTube, and he's got a lot to tell us now. He's on 1440 AM every Saturday at 6:30, and this man is doing something in this city, and we want you to please welcome him into your hearts and your homes. Pastor Banks, thank you very much for coming here tonight.
Barry, I'm honored to be here.
Thank you. I'm honored to have you.
Thank you.
How you feeling?
Barry, I feel real good. I'm just happy to be here, and you're doing a tremendous job in the community. You got a very powerful show. I'm just happy you invited me on.
Thank you. I'm just a cog in the wheel. Tell everybody about what you got going on. You have your congregation is at the Historical Museum?
Yes.
Right? Tell everybody about yourself.
Okay, well, I'm a pastor and also a prophet. We're located at 111 Kirby, 111 East Kirby. Every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. is our worship service. Every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. is our Bible study. And this week we going on. We got a prophet from Dallas, Texas, and God is really using him mightily. He's prophesying, and he's being used in miracles and all of that. And I'm on YouTube. You can check me out on YouTube and see all the prophecies over the city of Detroit.
Where on YouTube? Do you have it?
Yes, that'll be
2012 something.
It's view. You can view it at what is it?
No, that's not a W on YouTube. We'll get back the YouTube account. Yeah. I want you to write that down in a minute. Write that down and hand it to us. This revival.
Yes.
It's going to be on Kirby?
Yes, on Kirby. It's going on right now.
Really? Oh, that's where you just came from.
That's where I just came from.
Okay. And this revival has more than one guest? There's several
no.
usually, right?
Yes, but we just have one speaker. He's been speaking all week long. He's a prophet, and he's been prophesying, speaking the future of people, telling the people of their past, telling people of their future, what's going on in their life right now.
Now my show is about truth and accuracy.
Yes.
What is his percentages? Prophetizing.
Well,
how does he do?
His percentage, based on what I've seen over the last couple days, he's been 100%. I've seen him prophesy over about 20, 25 people, and he has been accurate.
Hold on one second. You mind if we take a call?
Sure.
Probably for you.
Okay, let's see.
All right. Good evening. You're on the air with Pastor Banks. How are you? Anybody there? Okay. I guess not. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, yes, he's been about, he's been 100%. Everything.
In 2 days.
In 2 days, yes. He's prophesied over about 25, 30 people, and he's been very accurate based on what the people has been saying.
How do they know in 2 days how accurate he is?
Well, he
must be predicting. That's interesting.
Well, he'll go up to people and say, hey, there's pain in your body, pain in your left arm. And he said, when I touch your left arm, healing is going to come in your left arm.
And then they get healed.
And they get healed. Or he may say, there's a situation going on your job. Someone is working against you on your job, but that's getting ready. That's getting ready to be taken care of. The Lord is getting ready to take care of that issue. You won't have to worry about that anymore.
Okay, now you are of what affiliation? What religion are you?
We're apostolic.
And what is apostolic, really?
Apostolic is, the gifts of the Spirit, prophecy, miracles, healing, the gifts of the Spirit, prophecy, miracles, healing, word of knowledge, those things.
And I still can't understand this. Where does the slash go? I got YouTube.com. We know it's on YouTube, right. But HQJ, HOJ 2012, right. HOJ 2012.
Right.
Okay. And you go and you can see all this man's. Now tell everybody how long you've been around, what you've been doing. I want to give the people an idea as to who you are, not as if they don't know a lot of people, but let's familiarize them.
Well, I've been pastoring now for 6 years. 6 years in here in the city of Detroit. We also are a ministry where we equip those who wants to learn about prophecy, who operates in prophecy. We equip those. We have a prophetic training ministry where we train, prepare, and equip the men and women of God in the prophetic. We teach them how to be sensitive to the voice of God, how to hear the voice of God, and how to speak prophetically.
Would I have to have some kind of talent lending me towards wanting to take this kind of study? I mean, wouldn't I have to have somewhat of a gift? I mean, can you actually teach someone to prophesize, or do they have to have somewhat of a gift?
They would have to have somewhat of a gift. There's a gift on the inside of you. Have a desire. The Bible says over in the book of 1 Corinthians, those who want prophecy, all they have to do is desire it. That's what Apostle Paul said, desire prophecy. Desire, that means you want it. You just want that gift. If you just want that gift, God will give you that gift just by wanting that gift. The Apostle Paul said, desire prophecy. Just wanting prophecy, and God will give you that gift, just desiring it.
Is prophecy, and because I'm ignorant to it, is prophecy more or less, does it encompass a religious kind of predictions, or is it anything in life?
Prophecy, when you talk about prophecy, is very, very broad. It can hit the it can hit in the religious arena. It can hit in the worldly arena. It can hit in any arena where God places something in that individual spirit, whether it's in the entertainment arena, the gospel arena, the cult arena, because God is a very, very broad God.
I understand. What do you think about Nostradamus? He's pretty good, wasn't he?
Well, I really don't know a whole lot about that situation, so I really can't speak on it.
Okay.
Not a whole lot.
He has made, I would have to say, over 50% of this man's predictions have come true or more.
Okay.
Hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Do you have any predictions for our elections coming up, or anything you would like to put yourself out for in a way of predictions? Do you have anything at all, something that you might like to impart to us?
Well, the Lord has given me not so much on the election, but he's given me something on the city of Detroit. there's getting ready to be a change in the city of Detroit. The Lord is getting ready to raise up a lot of new spiritual leaders in Detroit, spiritual authority. He's getting ready to bring change to the political arena. In the political arena, there's getting ready to be men and women of God with integrity that he's getting ready to place, excuse me, that he's getting ready to place in the political arena that's going to be an asset at bringing the city of Detroit
we
back.
certainly would welcome honest people of the cloth. We have a couple calls. You mind?
Sure.
Is it okay?
Sure.
Hello, you're on the air. Good evening.
Yes. Could you ask the Reverend, first of all, greetings, Reverend. Could
Hey,
you ask
God
the
bless you.
Reverend
How are you?
To tell me and a lot of the poor people in Detroit what the 4-digit lottery is going to be in the mid.
This isn't Reverend Ike right here.
He
I wants to know the 4-digit lottery number.
Oh, no, I don't. I can't help you there.
Do you have another question?
He said in the entertainment field, that's what lottery is. So if he can't do that, I don't believe he can do anything. Thank you very much.
Well, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm going to give you my favorite number. It's 3825. I've been playing it every day for 30 years. It has not fallen straight. Good evening. You're on the air.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. Is this Mr. Kirby? Mr. Kirby. I'm sorry, Mr. Ross?
Yes.
Yeah. What's the future in Detroit? What do you guys think exactly what's going to happen in Detroit? Is it safe to buy a house here, or what do you think?
Could you speak a little clearer? Is it safe to? Go ahead.
Is it safe to buy a house at this time in the market? Is it the time to buy it? Is this the time to buy? That's my question.
And let me ask you a question. Do you feel it's safe?
Yes, I do.
Okay. What area are you looking to buy a home?
Right there in 7 Mile in Southfield.
7 Mile in Southfield. I can't see the rates going too much lower. As long as everything on that block is pretty much occupied and you got a good stable block, you can do a police check on that block to see how many calls it's got in the last 5 years. You can do a clearance on it.
Okay.
But I'm going to give you my phone number. If you want to call me, you're welcome to call. I want to finish my guest, and I appreciate you respecting me enough to ask me even this question because it's serious. It's a serious question. My number is 248-417-9696. 417-9696. Call me tomorrow after 1 p.m.
Gotcha. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
We have one more call, Gabe? All right, one more call, and that's it on the calls, I guess. Good evening. Anybody around on the phone? Okay. And I don't blame you for not answering a call about the lottery number. Do you have any? Where can they get a hold of you? Where can they find you? We want to give this, and I don't know if this is right. Would we just say HOJ 2012? Where's the / go? Okay. This pastor right here, you go to YouTube, www.youtube.com, /, right? Going the other way, HOJ 2012. Your church is on Kirby.
Yes.
Sundays at 11:30 a.m.
That's
What
correct.
is that? Quadruple one? What was the address again?
111 East Kirby.
111. Triple
East
one.
Kirby.
111 East Kirby. If they want to call you, can they call you? Or are you for hire? Can they have you come out and speak? Or?
Sure.
Okay.
They can reach me at 586 area code, phone number 222-6307. That's 586 area code, phone number 222-6307.
Tell them about your radio show on Saturday night.
Okay, my radio show is every Saturday night at 6:30 p.m. on 1440 a.m. We bring out many people from around the community. We have brought Barry Ross on a couple times, and God really used him in a mighty, mighty way. He's just such a blessing. We bring on many people in the community who's really striving to help bring the city of Detroit back.
1440 a.m. Saturdays at 6:30. Pastor Banks and your young lady friend will be with you, right? She's always on your show. Teresa.
Well, my wife.
Your wife?
Yeah, Co-Pastor Donetta.
Co-Pastor Donetta is always on his show. See, I got that mixed up. I'm sorry. Okay, every Saturday and also Sunday mornings at 11:30. I'm going to have to come to one of your services.
Yeah, please.
And how long is this revival on?
This revival is going to go all the way until this Friday.
Is it free?
It's free. No money.
But you're encouraged if you want to give a donation. They say something that helps you, you need to give a donation. Stick around for a minute until we have a break. And right after this commercial, none other than the magnificent, omnipresent Minister Victor Muhammad will be taking over this show in a couple minutes. So stay here till after the break, and okay. We'll be right back with Minister Victor Muhammad. You're going to want to check me out. First Wednesday of every month. Join me, Barry Ross, remixing it up. It's webtv.com. I'm going to be reporting to you the facts and the truth, the way our society is running in Metro Detroit. 8 p.m., bringing you featured guests in relation to community, education, violence, what's happening on the streets in our town. It's Web TV, Barry Ross, remixing it up. Wednesdays at 8 p.m., the first Wednesday of every month. Remember, remixing it up with Barry Ross on itswebtv.com.
There are all kinds of people. Their variety is almost endless, and that's a good thing. Diversity is our strength, and so are our similarities. But there's one thing that far too many people share: addiction. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, call Narcotics Anonymous. Addiction doesn't discriminate. We can help you.
You're watching Power Talk on your community TV station, UHF TV 33, Detroit, Highland Park. The following program does not reflect the views and opinions of Channel 33, its management, or sponsors.
Hello, I'm Christina the Glam Tech, owner and operator of Studio Glamour Salon. We're located in East Point, and we're here to make you glamorous. We specialize in big glamorous hair, vintage hairstyles. We specialize in special occasion hair, color, cuts, hair care, and all phases of glamour. Give me a call at 586-872-2272. We are located at 22109 Gratiot between 8 and 9 Mile. And glam up your life. For first-time client, we are offering a $10 off coupon. Just mention the commercial when you book your appointment.
Good evening. Assalamu alaikum. I'm Brother Victor Muhammad. I'm the Director of Prison Reform Ministry for the Nation of Islam. I am a student, minister, of the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad as taught to us by Minister Farrakhan, and locally under the sanctions and governments of Minister Rasul Muhammad, Honorable Elijah Muhammad. It is an honor and privilege to be before you this evening on my maiden voyage with Barry Ross. I appreciate him for giving me the opportunity to spread the life-giving teaching of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and also to speak as the Director of Prison Reform Ministry regarding some of the concerns as it pertains to our formerly incarcerated returning citizens that are going to return to Detroit and around the country. As you hear, most of the comments about the black male, the young black male and the young boys, is from a violence point of view. And it's always concerning that they are underachievers as it pertains to school, and they're violent, and that they are a menace to society. The key is, one thing that we have always found, and history has taught us, as Brother Malik had said earlier, history best rewards your research. You have always seen that there has always been this element of fear that has taken place as it pertains to the black male and black boys of the society. And there's always been an over-magnetization of them as criminal, as being a menace and being incarcerated. And those are the things that we're being known by. But there are many young black males that have met these obstacles in life, of course, and they've turned their lives around and they've come back to be productive citizens. The key thing is there is nothing that we cannot do without the help of the one creator who we call Allah and you may call God. But the fact of the matter is simply this. There's not a problem created by this world that he cannot solve as it pertains to our lives. You know, you're always hearing the statistics of underemployment, unemployment. You know, we also hear the statistics of sentencing. 1 in 10 black males are in jail in their 30s. And if this trend continues, 1 in 3 black males will be in prison or incarcerated during their lifetime. That is only if this world continues in the matter that it continues. The one thing that we do know is this, and a teacher told me this years ago, and I've never forgotten it. He says, statistics don't lie, but statisticians do. The statistics that they're lying about and that what they're trying to keep in our face is the element of fear. And if you notice, every time an election rolls around, they scare the voter. That's the biggest mover of voting. They want to scare people into believing that Detroit will never recover, that Detroit is going to be an inhabitant of mass incarcerated returning citizens coming to commit crimes near you. And we heard the brother earlier ask, is it safe to buy a home in Detroit? That is if you believe that Detroit cannot rebound. And you have to understand that anything that goes down eventually will go back up by God's permission. The one thing that I'm also involved in, like I said, I'm the director of Prison Reform Ministry. I've been in every prison except 4 in the state of Michigan. I'm also in mentoring at-risk students in 2 of the quote-unquote worst high schools in the city of Detroit. And in doing this type of work, be it from the incarcerate to the student, I see more good students. I see more good people than I see of the people that they're trying to strike fear in our hearts. Of course, fear sells. I can get you to get more philanthropic organizations to come together under the guise of fear. But when I say that we are rebuilding the black man, that the black man will come back to its original state, there's only 2 elements I say when I'm working with my mentees that they need to get back on track when I see young black men that are running the course of crime or criminal activity. The one thing that lacks most is an unconditional love. Second is strict discipline. When you imply discipline and love to the young black man, you will take that train that is once off the track, put it back on the track, and you'll start seeing it fulfill what God put that person on the planet Earth to perform. I am, in future days, I'm going to bring some young men on the show with me so that they can give their testimony of where they were going and where they are now based on being reestablished with true love and discipline. They're on their way to college. See, the thing is the camera and the news media is not very receptive to those type of stories because those stories don't sell a lot of news. They don't sell papers and they don't get viewership as it pertains to the media. But when you have an AK-47 and a dead 15-year-old or a dead baby, that is how we want to see black man on a consistent basis. And when we consistently show him like that, and that is blasted all across the world has no sympathy for what the people will do, the enemy of our rise will do as it pertains to attacking and kicking in doors, because the next question that comes in after a sense of lawlessness is bringing the National Guard. And the National Guard is not put into the streets to go door to door to say, how are you doing? I'm glad to meet you today. It becomes an oppressive state and it becomes a military and police state. And we already see that those tactics have not worked overseas. And the key thing is right now we're within a month and a half of an election. And right now we have to scare people into believing that the current situation and status quo is not to our benefit. And when we're looking at rebuilding the young black men, we're talking about mentoring programs. I have a mentoring program which is called the Rope Project. The Rope Project means reaching our people every day. And I go to these schools and I tell them, I don't say give me the A students. I say don't give me the athletes. I say give me the students that you do not want in this school. Give me the students that you think are unencourageable and they would never change their point of view. And I say, give me time with them and I will change them and I will turn them around. And also another subject that is in my mentoring program is called the Youth Deterrent Program, which I do with Ryan Correctional Facilities. And this, I'm gonna give information out about this program. I'll give you contact numbers so that you can get in contact with me if you want your child to go through this program. It's a program for young men aged 14 to 18. Once a month, the last Friday of every month, I take them into Ryan Correctional Facility. It is not a scared straight program. It is not a program where they're going to be beating the table and turning over the tables, screaming and yelling at the students, because those of us who are old enough and been around enough, we know that scared straight started in the 70s. It didn't work then and it doesn't work now, because once a person is no longer scared, they become dangerous. But the Youth Deterrent Program is a critical thinking program that the student goes through where they meet at the fork in the road when they have a decision to go left, which is the easy route out, or the difficult route, and make a decision and stay the course. And in this, I definitely have got to thank some people that are in this program. So I've got to say their names. I want to thank Warden Raymond Booker of Ryan Correctional Facility, who is one of only 2 facilities in the state of Michigan that allows this to happen. And also the facilitator, Jeffrey Allison, who facilitates the program. And the actual inmates who participate in this, and these young men, and they're not young men anymore, many of them, most of them have served well over 20 years of incarceration. And they volunteer their time. It is their way of giving back for what they've taken away from. They do not get a reduced sentence because most of them are serving life sentences. And the key thing to it is they do it, like they said, they have sons out here, they've had daughters out here, they have family members out here who have been victims to crime, and they, of course, have created victims themselves. So these individuals that are involved, that's their way of giving back, and that is, so their names could be named Durrell Woods, Mike Tubbs, Michael Hatfield, Everett Raheem Jackson, Ernest Smith-Ill, Dwayne Big Spoon Weatherspoon, James Hill-Ill, Ichard Odin, and Shannon Keys. These are the young men that come together and speak to these youth, and it's been quite successfully covered in the Detroit Free Press by Brother Jeff Garrett. And we have had 75 students I've taken through this program, and I've had only 1 student to have even gotten into any trouble after that. So I look at that and say that is a program that has been very productive and very successful in terms of turning our students around and giving them an option as opposed to crime to really choosing life. And it is these type of things in the program of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that has taken many a man from prison, many of us from the streets, such as myself. I'm not going to sit here in front of you and act as though I have not been down that path. But it was until I heard the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad that I took a turn in changing my life and moving toward what God really intended me to do, as opposed to what society and the environment had led me to do. You know, we look at these type of situations on a daily basis. All you hear is a 15-year-old with a drive-by, and this one has a AK-47. You heard the guests earlier talking about the drug dealings going on in their community. The one thing that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught us, and he said exclusively, we've tried everything but unity, and our unity is more powerful than a nuclear bomb. I don't care what the situation is in our communities. I don't care what's going on in neighborhoods, that we come together, those of us who are not in taking upon that behavior, we come together as one. I guarantee you, you can promote change. The problem is one neighbor feels they're fighting the drug house alone. That is what our brother Malik has done for well over 35 years in terms of pointing out the drug houses, where they are, organizing people to run the drug houses out of the community. That's what unity will bring. And in answer to our brother's question about Detroit's problem is not economical. Detroit's problem is not political. Detroit's problem is spiritual. We have a spiritual problem in Detroit. That is what makes politicians become immoral. That's what makes people take buyouts and sellouts and sell the city down the road for a biscuit and a chicken back. Because the fact of the matter is, when you are performing on a higher moral standard, you will not belittle yourself into acting other than yourself. And that is in the rebuilding of the black man, and especially the young black man. is that they have to see the net worth in themselves. Because if we had a Mercedes-Benz in our driveway, we would shine it and we would clean the rims. We would make sure it looks good because we have a value on Mercedes-Benz. When we have diamonds and jewels around our neck, we take precious care of them because we have value on that. But when we look at ourselves as the creation of God, we don't see the God in ourselves that makes us treat ourselves better. Because when we're looking in the mirror, I'm not sure who I am. I'm not sure where I came from because my father's no longer around. So I don't know where my roots of my tree began, so I don't know where the tree comes from. So I don't like the limb of the tree, and I don't like the leaves of the tree because I don't have any roots. And the key thing behind that is this. It's like this in anything. You want us to go to school. But the thing is, as Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan says, is when you take a picture of a group of people, who is the first person that you look for in that picture? If you're in that picture, you're going to look for yourself. And the key thing is, if there's going to be a paradigm shift in the educational system, you have to have these bright, brilliant young students who know everything about the internet, iPad, iPhones and all of that, and you have to teach them where they are in history. You can't teach me his story without showing my story in the same history teaching. You can't show me in mathematics. If you don't show me in mathematics, I'm not going to be interested in mathematics. And the thing is when you're looking at economies, you know, our children are being taught the basic principle foundations of civilization, and that is business, mating, and warfare. Those are three skills that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that they would never teach us, because I don't care what you go and worship. I don't care what church you go to, what mosque you go to, what synagogue you go to. As long as I control you economically, that's all I want from you. You can go to your separate house of worship, but do not take your money out of my hands. Let it go through my hands. We used to have, not far from here on Oakland Boulevard, this was the black epicenter of all black businesses, but we don't have that anymore because we were so concerned about getting a McDonald's in our neighborhood, a Walgreens in our neighborhood, and all these other chain stores that it squazzed the individual black businesses out of the community. And we could go out to Troy now and shop at Summerland Mall, and therefore we could never come and go and get the black haberdasheries that were so known in our community all over the place. I'm originally from Chicago. It was 87th Street in Chicago. It was Oakland Boulevard here. The fact of the matter is we are still going to other people to give us everything we need, and we are falling short on what we want. So when I look at the situation of what they say about the young black man, he's dangerous. Of course he's dangerous because he doesn't know who he is yet. Once he knows who he is and rises to that knowledge of himself, there is no way on earth he can be used as a tool and a slave no more. Right now, we are the biggest slaves on the earth, even the rich slaves, the Oprahs of the world, the Kobe Bryants, the LeBron James, all of them with all the Jay-Z, with all the money that they make, they are still beholden to other people. We have to be able to build an economic base for ourselves. We have to build all of that, and all of that economic base has to be at the foundation, a strong moral and spiritual fiber. Because without the strong moral and spiritual fiber, you're going to still have politicians taking bribes. You're going to have illicit businesses going on. You're going to have drug dealing. You're going to have breaking and entering. You're going to have car thefts. You're going to have all of that because the morality level of the black man and woman has been brought to such a low level. Do not want to talk about what's happening across the street until it comes across the street and affects us. But the thing about it is this, you know, I talked to some young men who were involved in it, and they were shot in a gang activity. And they told me, Brother Victor, I didn't get in it for this. I said, that comes with the territory. It's the job description of gangbanging. I said, the bullet doesn't go through a person and say, oh, this person really doesn't want this, and moves to the side. Our babies are going to the morgue daily. Our babies are going to the cemetery daily. So therefore, if our babies are going to the morgue and cemetery daily, then the cure for AIDS, cancer, diabetes, and sickle cell anemia are going to the same cemeteries daily. Because there is not a problem produced on this earth that God does not have a cure for. So the thing is we have to reach out to each one. You have to show an example of a strong black man. I can only take a young man to where I'm at. And if I'm not moral and if I'm not upright, I can't take him to morality and uprightness. And if you know that that young man needs your attention, reach out across the aisle and show him that you have the love and consideration for him, because that is an investment into yourself. And we're saying this right now at a time when the world says that the world is at the worst it can be. And it can never hit rock bottom without being able to rebound and go up. And I say that to say God is alive and well in this world. And he is starting to work out in this world. He is showing his disdain for this world. This is a world built on materialism, greed, and avarice. And he is the one God of true love, balance, and he wants to make sure that his people are chosen and brought to the forefront. So it's when we look at each other and say, I just see him for the money I can get from him, or the materialism that I'm going to take and move forward with, I know that I do not have a future. Because the future is not built on materialism, because what's in today is out tomorrow. But the fact of the matter is this: when we love one another as God has loved us, we will come together and we will build that world that we once had before this wicked world took over and buried civilization as we once knew it. So the thing is the civilizations that is under the ground is as strong and better than, and I can tell you this about knowledge. Whenever you have not repeated what has already been done, your knowledge has not caught up with the past. Your knowledge of the past is still stronger than the knowledge of the present and therefore the future, because your knowledge has not caught up to what civilizations has done in the past. We're still trying to figure out how the pyramids was made, how the Sphinx was made, and how, Stonehenge was put together. All of those things were done by God's mighty hand on a people that were submissive to him. The problem today is we're no longer submissive to God. We're submissive to the freaknology of the world. We're looking at ex-wives, housewives of Atlanta, and our women are trying to be taught how to be a wife through this wicked behavior. Our young men are walking around here other than themselves because they're looking at gangland, American gangster. Where's the Martin Luther Kings of the world? Where's the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's of the world? There's a man live and well, and his name is Farrakhan. And he's been in the forefront. But your enemy is an old saying that the enemy of your enemy is your friend. So when they tell you not to listen to Farrakhan, you should listen to him, everything he says, because the fact of the matter is this: we already know what you've done, enemy of our rise. So when you tell me not to listen to the man who brought 2 million men together and not one incident took up, when we're a few weeks away from the 17th anniversary of the most greatest assembling of people in the history of this country, the Million Man March, and we're on the 16th of October is the 17th year. Okay, so you can't tell a minister to do that. But we do have a call, so let's take this call, please. Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there? Oh, he's gone. Okay, but we've got to wrap things up. And I appreciate Brother Barry for giving me an opportunity to be before you today. And I look forward to coming back again and being able to give you the life-giving teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad as taught to us by Minister Farrakhan, and let you know more about the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad as we come closer to the 17th anniversary of the Million Man March on Washington. And of course, I'm Brother Victor Muhammad, and I want to give you some numbers real quick. I want to give you my direct number if you're interested in your child going through the Youth Deterrent Program. You can call at 313-792-2806, 313-792-2806, or you can email me at victormuhammad1@aol.com. Also, I want to announce tomorrow a social media town hall meeting with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's at # Ask Farrakhan. It starts at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Send in your questions via Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube using that # Ask Farrakhan, or view it at http://askfarrakhan.noi.org, or you can Twitter at Louis Farrakhan. So I thank you, dear family. May God bless, keep you, and have a beautiful evening.
It's 9 p.m. on TV 33. Join me, Barry Ross, on Mixing It Up. We'll feature informative community organizations that will offer solutions to Wayne County residents in reference to employment, safety, and security within neighborhoods, job training, education, and mentoring programs. Remember, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. Join me, Barry Ross, Mixing It Up on TV 33.